Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. So we are entering the 9th chapter, the central piece of Bhagavad Gita. Of the 18 chapters, 9th is the central piece, and therefore it becomes very important. It is called Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yogam. Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yogam. Appropriately, this knowledge that is taught in this chapter is Rajavidya, king of all knowledge. Rajavidya. No, when you say king of all knowledge, in Upanishads, Mundaka Upanishad talks of Dve Vidye Veditevye Paracha Aparacha. There are two kinds of knowledge one must have: Paravidya, Aparavidya. Aparavidya is all knowledge of the mundane things, how to earn a livelihood and sustain our body and soul together. Engineering, medicine, anything you take. That is called the inferior knowledge, Aparavidya. The other one is Paravidya, Yaya Aksharam Adhigamyate, by which you reach Brahman, Brahmavidya, which is the subject matter of Bhagavad Gita. So, appropriately, this is that Paravidya, which is Rajavidya. And Raja means, or Rajate means also shines. So, this Vidya shines, knowledge shines. Then, it is also called Rajaguhyam. Guhyam means secret. It's a very great secret. This knowledge is a great secret. Why is it so secret? Very obvious it is secret because how many people come for this knowledge? Very, very few. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yadadi siddhaye yadadanam siddhanmam kaschin mam veti tattvataha. Out of 1,000 people, one comes for this knowledge. And out of those who come for knowledge, only a few get this knowledge. So, it's a rare knowledge. Apart from that, to some extent, people find it difficult to understand, not because it is impossible to understand, but it's a very subtle knowledge. Highly subtle. So, this is, that's why this, to get this knowledge, many people who have attended these Geetha classes, Upanishad classes. Now I know many people who have attended, see Swamiji, my Guru, Swami Paramarthananda, he does it, his last 27 years he's been teaching. And repeatedly people have attended, still they are continuing to attend. Because getting it, they find it difficult. It's not everybody should find it difficult. So that's why it's a so Ascharyavat Pashyati Kashchideyanam Ascharyavat Tatati Taitaivi Chanyaha Ascharyavat Anyashnoti Shutva Pyanam Vedachanaiva Kashchide. It is a great wonder. Some people see this, some people hear this. This is greater wonder, some people understand. Greatest wonder is some people understand it. That is what Gita itself says. So that's why again it is. Then last of all, it's a very valuable knowledge, highly valuable knowledge. Now, when you have something very valuable, what do? You keep it, supposing you keep it in your house. You normally keep it in the locker, bank locker. Alright, you have brought it home. You want to wear it for a wedding. Your diamond necklace, let us say. What do? You keep it safe. So you put it in one jewel box, lock it. Put it in your cupboard, steel cupboard which has got a locker. Lock that inside that locker and take that key and hide it somewhere. Then you lock the cupboard and take the key of the cupboard and put it somewhere else. Probably sometime you'll put it even your salt, this one, so nobody will look for it there. So what is highly valuable is always kept secret. It's not easily accessed. Okay, so this is a very highly valuable knowledge. Therefore, it is called Raja Vidya Rajya Guhyam, that yoga. Okay, so now what is this? Let us get into that. What does Krishna say in this chapter? Mainly, Krishna talks about Ishvara Surupam, about which he talked earlier, partly in 7th chapter. In the 7th chapter, he also said, Bhumi Rapo Anulovani Kammano Buddhi Revacha Ahankara Idi Emme Bina Prakriti Rashtada. He talked about Apara Prakriti, Para Prakriti and all that. But here also he is going to talk about the Ishvara Surupam to make it more clear. What is Ishvara Surupam? What is it that we want to see? Okay. And here he talks more about the Ishvara who is the Nirguna Brahma Ishvara, so to say. Okay, Nirguna Brahma. Then he talks about then he is going to talk about how to reach God. And then he is going to talk about Bhakti, naturally. And then Sakama, Nishkama Bhakti and the glory of Bhakti. All these are contained in this one chapter, and that is considered to be the corner piece, the important, the jewel of this Gita Shastra. Now, Ishvara Surupam, now, he is talking about Mayadhyakshena Prakritihi. I have selected this one, slokas. We cannot cover all of them, but important ones. Mayadhyakshena Prakritihi Suyate Sacharacharam Hetunaneva Kaunteye Jagad Viparivardate. Mayadhyakshena. You know Adhyaksha? Adhyaksha is the presiding person. No. Who is controlling or who is the top. Okay. In whose presence all these things take place. The Adhyaksha need not do any action, but he is got to be present there for the function to go through. Okay. So he is a sort of a supervisor, you can call it, a person who oversees. Under my guidance, under my supervision, overseeing Prakriti, nature. We call it Apara Prakriti, Para Prakriti, the Apara Prakriti. That is the Maya, Tattvam. Prakriti, Suyate Sacharacharam, gives birth to both the moving and non-moving creation. You know, Chara, Achara. That is Jiva, inert and sentient. So, Chara, Achara, moving and stationary. Acharacharam. And due to my presence, you know, Mayadhyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam He Anena Hetuna. Anena Hetuna means because of my presence. Okay? Anena Hetuna Kaunte Arjuna Jagat Viparivardate. The world does all its functions. Everything happens in the world. So what Krishna says is, I, as the Brahman, I am there. I don't do myself anything. But when I am there, everything happens. What I have done? I have established various laws. Physical laws and other laws. Physical laws like gravitation. Your law of thermodynamics. So many laws, physical laws. Due to which, you know, the planetary positions, everything is revolving in its orbit because of the pulls of various other planets. You know that. So, those kind of physical laws. And most important, the law of karma. So, having created the law of karma and these physical laws, the Jagat functions, the world creation functions. Now, when the creation functions, somebody other day asked me the question, why has God made people, some people suffer, some people enjoy, some people rich, some people poor? God has no time to look into the problem of each and every individual. He does not like somebody and give him something good. He doesn't hate somebody and gives him something bad. He has created this universe with all the moving, non-moving things, and create a law under which everything is functioning. Okay. Now, for example, the President of India is the first citizen. Okay. He or the Prime Minister, whomever you take, is in charge of the whole country's functioning. Now, can he individually control the activity of every citizen of this country? No. There are civil laws, there are criminal laws, there are commercial laws. All these laws regulate all the activities of these people. And there are courts of justice. If somebody violates, to pull them up, to put them in their place. There is an administration which does all these things. Okay. Now, having created this universe, the Lord has created those laws. And having said them all, He is comfortably in the Parkadal Ananta Shayanam. And things go on their own. Okay. And everybody gets according to his karma. As I said, why is somebody poor, somebody is rich? It is his karma. Okay. And therefore, the karma means you reap what you sow. If you have done good things, you get punya karma, enjoy. If you do bad things, you do papa karma, and therefore you suffer. So, the responsibility is on the individuals, not on God. So, the jivas have their own accumulation of karmas. Okay. And these karmas, they keep on adding to it when they do wrong things, adding to it when they do right things also. And in order to suffer the wrong things and they enjoy the right things, they keep on being born repeatedly in this world. Okay. So, this goes on. Yesterday we talked about Brahma's age. I said Brahma's age is 1,000 years. 1,000 Chaturyugam. One Chaturyugam is 43,20,000 years. Sorry, one day of Brahma is one Pagal. Daytime is 43,20,000. And like that, one full day 86 lakhs and odd, and then 365, and that is the length of his life. Okay. Now, every morning he creates, every night everything goes to pralayam. So, it goes on like that. So, having done this, everybody has got his karma. So, he keeps on being born, dying, being born, dying, being born, dying. That is how the whole thing takes place. Paramatma doesn't have to intervene at all. I gave you the example of the pilot who takes off from New Delhi to Chennai. He climbs up the 30,000 feet. Up till then he is having control. Then sets in autopilot, direction and all that. And then the aeroplane moves on its own according to the instructions he has given to the instruments. Autopilot. So, when it comes to Madras, then he takes control again and then lands. So, until then it goes on like that. So, Bhagavan also has got the autopilot. So, whole creation having done, he does not do anything. Having created these laws, everything works on its own. Okay? This is the principle on which, so, Maya Adhyakshena, under my, but he is still the head. Okay? I gave you also the other example of an office in which the managing director who sits at the 10th floor, okay, and the 9 floors are all various offices, people are working there. So, when he is in his office, everybody is working properly, comes on time, works properly, goes on time. Day he has gone out on some tour, everybody has a gate time, isn't it? So, that is, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't go to every clerk and find out are you doing his job. But his very presence means there is an order. Similarly here, Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam hetunanena kaunteya jagad vivarivardate. So, what is that? What do you understand about Ishvara? Ishvara is the lawgiver. He is akarta. He doesn't do anything. And he is sakshi. He just watches, oversees, that's all. He does not do anything. Okay? He is sakshi. You remember the Sakshi Tattvam, we talked about it earlier when I said that Chaitanyam is in our body also, and the Chaitanyam doesn't do anything, and its Prakasham reflects on the mind, and the mind becomes Chetanam, and then it gives Chetanatvam to the entire body functions. The Chaitanyam by itself does not do. It needs Prakasham, everything happens in the body. Similarly, okay, in Ishvara's presence is very sannithyam, the whole world functions. He doesn't do anything. He is akarta. Okay, that Brahman is akarta. Okay, then next one is Maya tata midam sarvam jagadavvyakta murtina matstani sarvabhutani nachaham teshu avastita. Viparivartate. Okay. Maybe a mistake. Okay, we'll correct it. So, Maya tata, next we are going to the next one, isn't it? Maya tata midam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina mastani sarvabhutani nachaham teshu avastita. Okay, here Maya tata midam sarvam. Maya tata midam sarvam. Idam sarvam jagat. Idam sarvam jagat is this whole jagat, universe is pervaded by me. I pervade the entire universe. Sarvagataha, he said in the second chapter. God pervades the entire universe. Maya tadamidam jagat idam sarvam jagate avyakta murtina. Avyakta murtina, without, not a visible body. Ishvara, you cannot see him. But I am throughout the universe, I am everywhere there. My presence is there, but I am not visible. Avyakta murtina. Avyakta murtina. And matstani sarvabhutani. All the beings are in me. Naturally. Pervades everywhere. All the beings are in me. Matstani sarvabhutani. Nachaham teshu avastita. I am not in them. They are all in me. Okay. So, here, what does he say? Brahman is sarvavyapi jagat adhisthana. Adhisthana means he is the foundation, so to say, on which the whole creation is there. Okay. And he is sarvavyapi. So, two more characteristics of Ishvara he has given. Okay. Now, this is what in Purusha Suktam or Narayana Suktam say, Antar Bahishchitat Sarvam Vapya Narayana Stitaha. So, Antar Bahi, inside, outside, everywhere, he is there, all over. Okay? Right. Then, next. Yatakasha Stito Vayu Sarvatra Go Mahan Tata Sarvani Bhutani Mastani Tupadaraya. There is no this one projection here. This I have taken separately. Yataka, this is 9:6. Am I right? 9:6. Yatakasha stito vayuhu sarvatra go mahan tata sarvani bhutani mastani tupadaraya. Now, Ishvara is asangaha. Asangaha. Asangaha means you'll understand it now. Yata akasha stito vayuhu. Like the air in the space. Akasha is space. Yata akasha stito vayuhu sarvatra go mahan. It is mahan vayu, it is sarvatraha. It is sarvatragaha. It goes all over. It is all over the place in the space. Okay. So, but it does not touch the space. It does not contaminate the space. Even though it is in space. It is called asanga, principle of asanga. Asanga means even though it is there, it does not pollute or affect. Like Padma Patra Nubambasa, you can say, when the water on a lotus leaf, though it is there, it doesn't wet the leaf. Okay, it is on that. So, even though the creation is, Brahman is the adhisthana of creation, but Brahman does not touch creation. Touch creation. The principle is not that it is not as if it is like there is some space gap between the two. We'll come to that later. But the principle is asangaha. It doesn't contaminate, it does not pollute. Like, take another example, for example, take the sun's light comes to the earth. In the brightness of the sunlight, activities take place. When the activities take place, activities may be good activities, bad activities. But the good or bad activities do not contaminate the sunlight. In sunlight it happens, but it doesn't contaminate the light. Likewise, Ishvara's presence is not contaminated by the activities of the world. Asangaha. There is a principle. Now, that is asangatvam. Okay. Now, I will give you another example because it's a little difficult concept of. Now, you are sleeping, you dream. In the dream, there is a rain. And in the rain, the dream you is wetted. But the sleeping you, is it wetted? No. So, the dream, when it takes place, it looks real. But it doesn't wet you. You are asangaha. Okay, the dream you is wetted, but not you. Okay. Likewise, Ishvara, the creation, there is a reality difference between the two, if I may say so. This is one order of reality, there is another order of reality. Okay? So, this is asangatvam. The Atma asangaha. Then, after saying, here he said, earlier, Tata sarvani bhutani matstani tyupadharaya. Like that, all the beings are in me. Like Vayu in Akasham, all the beings are in me, on me. Next one, immediately going to say something which looks contradictory. Nacha matstani bhutani. This is 9.5. Nacha matstani bhutani pashyame yoga maishwaram. Am I quoting the correct number? Nacha matstani bhutani pashyame yoga maishwaram. Bhuta brahmacha bhutastvaha mamatma bhuta bhavana. Now, he said mastani sarva bhutani. All the beings are on me. Now he says nacha matsani bhutani. All the beings are not in me. Now, this is where, if you read Geetha by yourself, you will not be able to understand how it happens. Now, how can it be something be on me and at the same time it is not on me? Okay, for you to understand this, you must know this Mithya and Satyam principle, which we talked some time ago. When I said Nasato Vidyati Bhavo, long ago, second chapter, Nabhavo Vidyati Sataha. Now, here, I gave you this example of dream. Come back to that example now. The dream is taking place in you. And all the dream objects, okay, whatever they are. You are going to the airport, you take a flight to America, you go to America, land there, visit places. All these events are taking place and you are the base for that, Adhishtanam, base for that. Okay, in one sense you can say that all this, that Swapna Prapancham, Swapna Srishti is all in me, in one sense. But is that real? When you wake up, the whole thing is gone, dissolved. So, Nacha Mastan. The truth is it is not there. It is Mithya, what you call Mithya. Mithya is something which has got a temporary reality. Sokale Satyam. For a duration it looks as though it is true. But it doesn't have Satyatvam for all times. Only Satya Vastu, that way you look at it, is that Atma. The whole creation that way is Mithya. So what in Vedanta we see, particularly in Mandukya Upanishad, is that this creation that we are now experiencing is as good or as bad as dream. So the dream world is a superimposition on you. It's a mind's projection. Okay? And mind's projection due to Maya Shakti. Maya, when it comes to dream, we call it Avidya. Nidra Shakti, and you project the world there. Likewise, Maya Shakti Ishvara has got his projected this world. Okay. So this world has got only as much validity as a dream has got. Now this is a very big subject. We cannot, there are reasons which, the Mandukya Upanishad, Gaudapada and Iskarika has given a lot of them. That is an elaborate subject. But in this brief discussion we cannot talk much about it. Except to say, when Krishna says, Nacha Mastani Bhutani, he says this Jagat is Mithya. It has got only a temporary reality. For you to understand that this is only a temporary reality, I will only like to tell you. I will give you this for you to think. Now, 100 years ago this world existed. 100 years afterwards the world is going to exist. What happened 100 years ago has come and gone. Now today it's not a reality. What we are seeing today is not going to be a reality after 100 years. Isn't it? So, it's all Satyatvam, what we think are really important today, have got validity only today. As the time passes, this validity will vanish. Your great-grandson will not remember your name. Not even, there is no question of remembering your face, you will not have seen it. Just as you do not remember your great-grandfather's name or great-great-grandfather's name, even if you know. Like that only, life. Okay. Therefore, this is Nacha Matstani Bhutani Jagat Mithya. We call it Mithya. What has got only a temporary Satyatvam, we call it Mithya. The temporary reality, just as a dream has got a temporary reality during those 3 hours. So, the 5 hours, 6 hours of sleep you have, let us say 2 hours you have dream. The reality is only for 2 hours. We live 100 years, experience the world, the reality of the world is only 100 years. So it's Mithya. It doesn't have lasting value. Its reality, Satyatvam is only limited. Therefore it is called Mithya. Okay? Right. Then, that is why he says, Nacha Mastani Bhutani, the creation is not in me, Pashyame Yoga Maishwaram. See my Yoga Maishwaram. Aishwaram means my great yoga. Yoga is Maya Shakti. See my Maya Shakti. This world looks as though it is real, but it is not real. Nacha Mastani. There is a world, there is a Jagat in me, but that is Maya. It is like, some people, the magician, he creates something, he brings in the hat a dove or a hen. You don't know where from it came, it was not there before. No, like that, Mayavi va Gujrumbayaddivi Mahayogi vaya Swechaya. Dakshinamurti says, Bijasyantri Kukaro iva Prag Nirvikalpam Punaha Maya Kalpita Deshakala Kalana Vaichitra Chitri Kritam Mayavi va Gujrumbayaddivi. It's like a Mayavi, this world has been created by him. So, it's no real reality, no Satyatvam. Very difficult to digest. That's why this knowledge is called Rajaguhyam. Will you accept that what you are transacting today is all Mithya? It is no reality. And what is Satyam which you do not see is real. That Atma which you do not see is real. The world that you see is not real. Okay? That's why it's called, that is the truth. That's why to understand it is a challenge. I would call it a challenge. Okay? Right. So, Pashyame Yoga Maishwaram Bhuta Brit means I sustain all beings. Bhuta Brit. Okay? It's a Bharta, husband, who sustains the family. Like a Bhuta Brit, who Lord is the one who sustains the whole creation. Bhuta Bhavanaha, He created the whole creation. Na Bhutastaha, but I am not in it. I created them. Okay, but I am not in it. Created them what? So kamayeta bhutsa prajayeti satapo tapyate. All that means it's all his projection of the mind only. See, our small little puny fellow, my projection is, mental projection is the dream. The Lord Sarvashaktiman, Sarvajnaha, Sarvavite, his projection is this creation. Okay, right. So, now, so these are the few ways in which he has described, this Krishna describes. First he said that it is is Sakshi, Akarta, Jagat Asishtanam, Sarvavyapi. Then he said that is Satyam, Jagat is Mithya. The Satya Vastu is Atma, Jagat is Mithya. So, Atma, Ishvara, Brahma, we all similar terms with minor subtle difference which you not worry about. Okay? Now, this is the whatever picture. You cannot see God, or you can see it, because the whole whatever you see is God. Okay? So that's another way of doing that. But these are the description. These are his characteristics, whatever you want. Sarvavyapi and all that. Now, that everything is God, Krishna reiterates in this chapter. Furthermore, in from 16 to 18, 16th shloka to 18th shloka, he says, Aham kratur aham yajnaha swadaham aham aushadam mantroham ahame vajyam aham agnir aham hutam. That is, whatever you do, in those days, yajna and homa and yaga were all the common things, isn't it? So, everything in a homashala, I am. Yajnashala, I am. I am everything. He wants to say I am everything, but describing a few things. Pitahamasya jagataha, world's father of this creation. Mata, data, pitamahaha. I am the mother, I am the grandfather, I am the great grandfather, everything I am. Okay, and Pitahamasya Jagataha, Mata Data Pitamaha, Vedyam, whatever is to be learnt is I am. Pavitram, whatever is pure, is I am. Omkara, I am. Rik Sama, Yuju, all the Vedas I am. Gadir, Bhatta, Prabhu, Sakshi, Nivasa, of these things. So I am everything. God is everything. Okay. That the point he makes. We saw that also. We saw that a little more logically, in the sense that Jagat is the Karyam, is the effect, and Brahman is the cause. Ishvara is the cause. And I told you the example, jewels, necklace, bangles, chains are all effects. Cause is gold. Gold is the cause. From gold you make all these things. Karanam, gold. Karyam, necklace, chain, etc., etc., etc. Now, necklace, chains, etc. basically are only gold in different shapes and with different names. You melt gold, make it into chain, make it into necklace, make it into bangle. You again melt the bangle, you make it into something else. So, bangle, chain, necklace, all these things have only temporary existence. They are names and forms. The substantial thing is gold. Likewise, in this creation, everything that we see here are only Nama Rupa. This mic is a particular shape and a particular name. The fan has got a particular name, shape. Speaker has got a particular name, particular shape. What is the substance? Brahman, Atma. Brahmaiva amrudam purastad, Brahma paschat, Brahma dakshinadaha, uttarena cha adascha urdham cha prasadam, Brahmaiva idam vishwam idam varishtam. Upanishad, Mandaka Upanishad says, everything is Brahman. Okay? Krishna in the 4th chapter said, Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavi, Brahmagno, Brahmanahutam, Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, Brahmakarma samadhina. So all that shows, everything is Brahman. There is nothing other than that. So that is what he says, everything is God. Okay? Right. Now he goes from here to next. How to reach that God? Isn't it? No. First he said, this is my description. Whatever few descriptions he gave us. Then he said, I am everything. Everything. What is the difficulty in reaching everything? There is no difficulty. But at the same time there is difficulty, because the difficulty is in our understanding and vision. See, in fact, if you really ask me, there is nothing to reach, because you are already there where you want to be. See, ultimately, what is the knowledge that you are going to gain? Aham Brahma Asmi. So, it is already a prapta vastu, it's already attained. Only this is you have to discover it. As you say, discover it means what? Remove the cover. So there is ignorance. That ignorance has got to be removed. All the Shastra does is to remove that ignorance. And Jnanam is the one by which you remove the ignorance. Like light is the one which removes darkness. Okay? So, now how to reach God? So, now here, in the 14th shloka, Namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayutta upasati. Second line. So, Namasyantascha mam bhaktya, he talks about Mahatmas. They Namasyantascha mam, they bow before me. Nityayutta upasade, identify with me for all the time and worship me. Okay. Now, how to worship, how to do bhakti? There are varieties of way. There are different kinds of bhakti he is going to talk about in this. Now, the shloka 15, if you turn the page, I think you should see that one also. I have not got it here. Jnana yagyena chapyanne yajanto mam upasate ekatvena pritatvena bahudha vishwato mukham. Okay. Now, let us go into each one says one different way of doing worship to the Lord. Okay. Now, first he said, Namasyantascha mam nityam nityayukta upasate, beginning, the last shloka itself. Now he says, now, ekatvena, first one is jnana yagyena upasate. What is jnana yagya? Jnana yagya is jnana yogam. That is what we are now doing, studying Geetha, Upanishads, and the Jnana Kandam, whatever is said in the Vedas, under a teacher, qualified teacher, getting this knowledge about myself. That the key thing that is taught in these Upanishads is Tat Tvamasi. Okay, you are what you are really seeking. You are that Nitya, immortal and blissful thing which you are seeking. You want to be, your nature is not to die. Your nature is to always be happy. And you are that. So that is the knowledge that is given in the Shastras. Tattvamasi. So that is called, that is the Jnana. You can't, if somebody tells you Tattvamasi, you are that. What do you get? Very simple, 3 words only. But you have to go through a sampradaya method of teaching which is laid down, which has come from Brahma Devanam Pradavasambhuva Vishwasya Katta Bhuvasya Gupta Sa Brahma Vidya Sarva Vidya Pratishtam Atarvaya Jeshta Putraya Praha. Like that it comes from Parampara. Krishna himself said, Imam Vivasvate Yoham Proktavana Hamam Yum Vivaswan Manave Praha Manu Richvakave Bravite. Like that, it has come from Parampara, from Lord, down from Guru Sishya Parampara. So that knowledge has to be learnt under a Guru according to the tradition. There is a sampradaya, there is a method of teaching. Okay, so that this one is revealed. What is that sampradaya, you might ask. Just give you some example. Like for example, the Taittiriya Upanishad talks about Panchakosha Viveka. How to discover that Atma, Panchakosha Viveka. No, it says you Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, beyond that is that. Okay, there is a method of that. Then Mandukya Upanishad talks about Avastha Trey Viveka. Jagrada Avastha, Swapna Avastha, Sushupti Avastha, Turiya Avastha. Turiya is not Avastha, it is though Chaturtham Manyante, that is the Atma. Okay, silence. That is the Atma. Okay, so there are methods because this Atma Sarveshu Budheshu na prakashate drishyate tugriya buddhya sukshmaya sukshmadrishibhi. This Atma can be discovered only by a very subtle mind going through this process. And this is called Jnana Yagyam. And there is what is methodology is that you go to your Guru, Shravanam, listen to his teaching, unfolding what the Upanishads say and all that, Geetha, say that, and then Mananam, doubts and all are cleared, samshaya nivarti, and then nididhyasanam. We talked about it in 6th chapter in great detail, actualizing it, making it your own, digesting it, okay? So, making the stuff of your existence. When I say Aham Brahmasmi, you must be absolutely sure about it. So, you do that through nididhyasana. So, this is the stages in jnanam. So, Krishna says that itself is bhakti, jnana bhakti. Jnana bhakti, this going to, if you have a choice, let us say today, Pradosham, should I go to the temple, Ishvara's temple there, or should I attend the Upanishad class? Okay, both are the same. There you are doing a bhakti yajna, here you are doing jnana yajna. Okay, because ultimately the truth is a nirguna Brahman. Ishwaran is saguna with maya Ishvara. So you worship both, it's the same. Okay, so jnana yajna. So even studying, listening to Geetha Upanishads is doing worship to the Lord. Jnana yajnam. Okay, right. Jnana yajnana. Then yajante mam upasate. Okay, yajanto mam upasate. Then ekatvena prutatvena. Ekatvena means this is ahangraha upasana, they call it. Ahangraha upasana. When you superimpose Lord in me and do the, you are not different from, or not you are not different, that comes to jnanam. But here, like for example, in this one, Saundari Lahari, we say, Arunam Karunataringdachim Dada Pashankusha Pushpapana Hastam Adimadibir Avrata Mayukaihi Ahamityeva Vibhavaye Bhavani. You do this one upasana Ahamityeva Vibhavaye. You are me, Bhavani. So that is one way of upasana. See, when you say there is no difference between me and God, that is jnanam. But when you do upasana, superimposing the God on me, no, that is ekatvena. Ekatvena upasana. You can do that. Or prutatvena. God is there. I am, upasya is God. I am the upasaka. Archana Pandramo, whatever we do, no, we are worshipping the Lord as separate from me. That's also another way. Okay. Now, Bahuda Vishwato Mukam. Vishwato Mukam, worshipping the God as everything. You know, Bhuvpada Isyanabi Swiyad Chandra Suryaucha Netre Karna Asha Dishodya Mukamavi Dahano Yasya Vasteya Magdihi. So, in the Lord you see everything. Shiro Dhyavahu Mukam Dahano, that is Agni. Karna Asha. So, ears are the this one, Dishas. Dishashrotra. Like that, you visualize the Lord in as a form with the whole universe is the Lord. As in Vishnu Sahasranam also you say that, isn't it? Mukhadindras chagnischa pranad vayurajayata nabhya asid antariksham shishno dhyau samavartate padbhyam bhumi dishashrotra ate. Mukhadindras chagnischa pranad vayurajayata. So, nabhya asid antariksham shishno dhyau samavartate. So, all these things are describing, visualizing the Lord as a whole creation. Now, enlarge your vision in the meditation, enlarge your vision to some extent that you see the whole universe is the Lord. So, that is another way of worshipping the Lord. So, Krishna gives the various ways of doing that. Okay, this is one is then Ishtadeva Upasana is always there. Then that is the Pritakyana. Then Ahangraha Upasana, Vishwarupa Upasana, and Jnana Lakshana Bhakti, where you do the Jnana Shravana Manana Nididhyasana itself is Upasana. Okay, these are the ways by Bhakti there is one more way he talks about later. That is Karma Lakshana Bhakti. When you say Karma Lakshana Bhakti, it means Yat Karoshi, he is going to say in 927, 27th shloka, if you turn, in the 9th chapter, Yat Karoshi, Yad Ashnasi, Yad Juhoshi, Dadasi, Yad Tapasyasi Kaunteya, Tat Kurushva Madarpanam. Whatever you do it as an offering to the Lord. Yad Karoshi, whatever you do. Yad Ashnasi, whatever you eat. Yad Juhoshi, whatever, Agni Hutam you give, Agni. Yad Dadasi, whatever you give anybody anything. Yad Tapasyasi, whatever penance, vradam that you take, Tapasyasi, Tat Kurushva Madarpanam. See, in Shiva Manasa Puja, there is one. Atmatvam Girijamadi Sachara Prana Shariram Griham Pujate Vishyopa Bhoga Rachana Nidra Samadhi Sthiti Sanchara Padayoho Pradakshana Vidhi Shrotrani Sarvegira Yadyat Karma Karomi Tadadagilam Shambho Tava Aradhanam. Whatever I do, if I walk around, if I go from here to the market, it is Pradakshanam to you. Whatever I speak is your Stotram. Stotrani Sarvegira. So, because you are the Atma, Girija Madihi, Parvati is my Buddhi. So you are here, I don't have to go anywhere. If I do walk from here to the place, it's Pradakshanam for you. If I speak, it is your Stotram. And if I Nidra Samadhi Sthitihi, when I go to sleep, it is Samadhi. Okay, everything I do, it is divinizing our life. Our life is divinized by this. By constantly thinking of Him. At any time you do think of Him. That is a form of bhakti. So Krishna gives all these things as bhakti, which will take you ultimately to God. Okay. Now, I said yesterday, bhakti margam, bhakti yogam definitely has a validity. Bhakti has got a validity throughout. You see, people who come to Vedanta at some point may think that what is all this bhakti? Because Upanishads do not talk about Rama, Krishna and Devi and all that. So they talk about Atma. See, the Atma and Ahankaram, there is a very Ahankaram is a very, very crooked fellow. See, when you are meditating, okay, and I have driven away all thoughts. Who says that? Ahankaram. So, I am meditating, Ahankaram. Atma does not say anything. When that Ahankaram also subsides, you are with yourself. Okay. So, we're talking about, anyway, these are the kind of, this one. Now, we are talking about this Atmatvam Girijamati. So, everything, the moment you can identify with that, then you are with it. Every action becomes that, then it takes, what I was talking about, I got slipped my mind. See, what I was talking about is Bhakti. Bhakti can take you to the Lord. Yesterday we talked about this, Bhakti. No, Bhakti is required for even we are in this path of knowledge, Jnana Yogam. We should not lose sight of the fact, we should not stop our pujas, we should not stop our dhyanam and other things, because Ishvara Kripa is required at every stage. At the stage of Karma Yogam, at the stage of Jnana Yogam for a Guru Prapti, and even while you are learning, things must be all right in your home, your health must be all right, you must be able to sit for 1 hour, 1.5 hours and listen to it. Everything must be under in proper condition. For that, Ishvara Kripa is required. Now, yesterday what we saw in that one was Bhakti, the Anandya Bhakti. What it happens is, it takes you. Appa, onnathavara vera onnulla un charanathe adendhen appdin solra illiya. Ishwaran definitely blesses them. But what he blesses is, he gives them Krama Mukti. So, after that time is over, unlike the non-bhaktas, okay, he goes to Brahmalokam and gets this knowledge, Atma Jnanam, Brahma Jnanam, which he missed in this world. He gets it there and then gets moksha. That is called Kramamukti. Okay? This I want you to understand clearly, because bhakti has got a place, bhakti has got definitely a very good end result. Okay? But the result is like this: through bhakti you go to Brahmalokam, get this knowledge, because this knowledge is a must. Brahma Jnanam, Brahma Vidya, it's a must. Either you get it here and become a Jivan Mukta, rest of your life is jolly, maja, maja. And after your time, you get Videha Mukti, no more birth. Punarapi Maranam is not there. Or Bhakti, Jnanam is beyond me. No, all this, what is this Mithya and Satyam and also, it's a problem for me to understand and accept. So I will keep on devoting this one to Lord. Then you have to go there, and probably there will be a very good teacher, excellent teacher there. You will get the knowledge just like that. Okay? Right. So this is the thing which he is talking about here. Now this bhakti we talked about. There are two kinds of bhakti. We talked about methods of worshipping. Now we talk about two kinds of bhakti. One is called Sakama Bhakti. Another is called Nishkama Bhakti. So Sakama Bhakti does not give you salvation. Krishna tells that very clearly in 20th shloka. Traividyamam somapa putapapa yajnirishta swargadim prartayante te punya masadya surendra lokam ashnanti divyan divideva bhogan tetam bhuktva surgalokam vishalam kshine punye martyalokam vishanti. Very famous lokam. See, so this, when you do worship God, you ask for favors. You ask Him, either mundane ihaloka, in this world you want, em pullake kalyana ano, em pullake admission kadikano, so many things you are getting promotion mano, nothing wrong. Bhagavan enna solrar, he says, you ask whatever you want, I give you. So, yesterday we talked about it, day before yesterday. God's intention is that everybody should raise in level and ultimately reach Him. So that is it. We are in the process of evolution. This evolution is from at the lowest level to the highest level. So I talked to you of different kind of bhakti, which takes you ultimately to Him. And He encourages, even if you think about Him only when you have got a problem, He helps you. If you make Him your business partner, He helps you. Okay? So if you are a jigyasu, want to know about Him, He helps you. Jnani is the atyantam for Him. Udara sarvayeti jnani to atmaveva matham. Priyohi jnani no tyattam aham sacha mama priya. Jnani is dear to me. So he says that, isn't it? So now this Sakama Bhakti, when you ask him things from the Lord, He definitely does that. But what happens is that you can do this, you can achieve whatever you want. You can ask for things in this world, you can ask for Swargalokam. Even that you can do, and Karma Kanda tells you the method, how to do it, whom should propitiate, how to do it, and all that is being given in the Karma Kanda. So according to you do that, you go to Swargaloka. So you have got Punyam. So these are all only Punya Karma. All these things you do is Punya Karma. See now, for example, you are all here today and last few days. Now, you are trying to understand this and gain this knowledge. I am sure that you will gain this knowledge. But even if you did not gain this knowledge, you have got Punyam. That invisible Punyam has come to you already for attending these Geetha classes, what Lord has said. Okay? And for that you are going to have the benefit. No doubt about it. If you get the Jnana, nothing like that. Okay? Now, like that, you do this, and then this Sakama Bhakti, Sakama worship, you do that. Then you go to Swargaloka, when the Punyam currency is exhausted, you come back to the earth. You are again born as a human being or as an animal. Whatever is a prarabdha, you do not know. I told you the other day about this karma. Whatever we do, there is an accumulation of karma over millions of generations, janmas we have taken. They are all there in their account. You remember I told you that it is in Chitragupta's computer which doesn't crash. If it crashes, all of us will have salvation. But it doesn't ever crash. So the account is very much there. Okay. So we are taking repeatedly birth and all that. So the Punya Papas can only give you enjoyment, and Akshine Punya Martyalokam Vishanti, you are born again on the earth. Okay. So this Sakama Bhakti, I want this, I want that, including I want Swarga, gives you only limited benefit. You are not getting out of the samsara. You are still Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, you are born and again dying and all that. Now, what is moksham? Release from this cycle of birth and death. That is moksham. I am fed up with all this. Okay. Now I want to be free from all this. That is moksham. So, for that you need Nishkama Bhakti. Okay. Now, about Nishkama Bhakti, Bhagavan talks in the very last shloka. So, he gives you that Manmanabhava Madbhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru Mame Veshyasi Yuktaitvam Atmanam Matparayanaha. Okay. Manmanabhava. Manmanabhava. Last shloka. Manmanabhava. Fix your mind on me. So think about me. Okay. Mad Bhakta Bhava. The Bhava must come with everything. Mad Bhakta Bhava. Be my devotee. Mad Bhava. Okay. Mam Namaskuru. Worship me. Yuktaitum Atmanam. Link yourself with me like this. Mat Parayanaha. Keeping me as the goal, as the destination. This is my goal in life. Not making money, not taking care of my, great-grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren. No. So, after retirement, when our responsibilities are over, okay, we have got a responsibility to ourselves. Okay. Now, I don't say that don't take responsibilities of the grandchildren and all that. I don't say that. But what I am saying is that you do justice to yourself, your salvation, and your moksha, your release. Okay. So, devote to God. Okay. Linking yourself with me and entirely depending on me. Making me your goal. If you do that, Mameva Eshyasi, you will come to me. Okay. So, on Bhakti, Krishna in different contexts say, no, in this Geetha itself, Mam tu avyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate, he says in 14th chapter. Those who avyabhicharena means without any deviation. No, my devotion is to the Lord entirely. Okay. And then Maicha Ananya, this is says in the 14th chapter. Maicha Ananyenaiva Yogena Ananyayivena Bhakti Avyabhicharini. So, this he says in the 13th chapter. And then last chapter he says, Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati Yaman Yachasmi Tattvataha. He understands me, what kind of person I am by Bhakti. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan ichchasmi tattvata tato mam tattvado nyatva. Having understood me correctly, vishanti me anantaram, he enters into me, merges with me. So, bhakti has got that potential to give you that freedom, liberation. Of course, Brahmalokam, Jnanam, and then moksha. Okay, Karma Mukti. So, this is the main contention. I want to say something about the glory of bhakti. The next class we will do that because time is almost over now. So that subject, with that we will complete the 9th chapter and then move on to the 10th chapter. 10th chapter is going to be Vibhuti Yogam. Again, see in the second Shatkam, the 6 chapters of from 7th to 12th is all about bhakti and Ishvara and all that. Okay. So that is a Tatpada. See, Tvam Pada is already talked about. Who am I? Tatpada Ishvara. Then next 3-4 chapters are going to be Asipadam. He and I are one and the same. Okay, that will be the culmination of Gita's teaching. Okay, we will see the Vibhuti Yogam tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.